At this point,
Shit.
it is chasing after Randall. So it is not facing you. It's facing away.
Sure.
From behind, you see that the strange sort of over the top cape that is on this thing is ripped and torn. In the flat of its back is a metal shaft and some gearing. The shaft itself is broken about halfway um, out. Uh, and on the picture, you took a photograph, right? Not a.
I would say several photographs, almost like an action series of action shots, if at all
Ka-chink,
possible.
ka-chink, 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 ka-chink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. In the photograph, you in one of the three photographs that you successfully take, in one of them, you see. Well, what it's? I mean, what is that? It's like it's some sort of corruption on the picture, uh, or strange light effect centered around the head of the creature. It's hard to describe.
Is it like a
It's-
lens
it's-
flare, or is it like
It's a Star Trek lens flare.
Is it like one of those little orbs?
No, it's not a lens flare. It's the color. There seems to be light coming from it, or a strange decolorization around the area that doesn't make sense or correspond to any of the light sources in the photograph. And further, it's only in one of the three and not all three.
Okay. All right. Fantastic.
Also, it's still just walking after Randall.
Yeah. Poor Randall.
Yeah.
At this point, if it's chasing Randall, you can go back to Randall at any point. But what I would try and do is there another way into the tilt-a-whirl?
Well, presumably from the other side. Now, what you can see is there's this ice cream shop in the center with a kiosk, and then sort of a restaurant facility. I'm not going to say it was probably a high-end restaurant, but maybe, just snacks. And then it goes right up onto the tilt-a-whirl itself. There's fencing around the tilt-a-whirl to keep people out from, under the machinations of the tilt-a-whirl, say. And by the way, this is the fencing that you, or Flynn, Gunter, and Frank have sort of made it behind earlier when they succeeded in their roles. What did you guys do after you made it to the tilt-a-whirl? Did you crouch behind this fence where the people would wait in line to pass through this fence and board the
Oh,
tilt-a-whirl?
so have I made it yet?
No, you
am
haven't
I
made
still-
it.
I'm still
asking
running,
them
yeah.
when
Oh,
they
okay,
made
gotcha.
it, which was like
I
5 minutes ago.
My mistake.
I guess I hit some. I probably would have hit somewhere still.
Keep going. Deep into
Yeah,
the
just
tilt, bro.
keep going into it and find a hiding spot.
So you're actually going to try and climb up into the tilt-a-whirl.
I suppose.
Sure.
I mean, let's throw balls to the wall, sure.
Is there a doorway?
So the way that you board a tilt-a-whirl, in my experience, is that there is a bit of scaffolding that sort of goes up to. In my experience, tilt-a-whirls are themselves suspended off ground. A big circular dish, which is the shape of the tilt-a-whirl. The tilt-a-whirl rests on this dish, rises above this dish, and rolls around this dish to do all the stuff it does. So this dish itself is like a story off the ground, and so therefore the way to get up on this tilt-a-whirl is that there is a bit of stairs and scaffolding alongside this dish that correspond with the height of the tilt-a-whirl, and you can easily climb up these stairs, which is also where the sort of operator's box would be, and get on the tilt-a-whirl itself. Now the one of you who is doing this, which is all of you, since both of you said to do that. That's what you're going to do.
I guess.
I need a perception check as you walk onto the tilt-a-whirl proper.
Is Frank with them, or is he leading them?
I'm
Frank
still running
is,
towards him at this point.
You're Randall.
Leading.
Glug, glug, glug.
Oh, Frank. Yeah, never mind.
Not Frank. William,
Yeah.
Paul,
Yeah.
Morgan,
Yep.
Stanley, Heineken,
Esquire the Fifth.
O'Reilly.
Oh, Mallory.
Oh, Mallory.
So,
We
Oh,
rolled.
Mallory.
Gunter got a 1, I got a 5.
Drunk as shit. Drunk as shit.
Hey,
Saving my good rolls for the combat.
No, yeah, that's fine. Flynn, you notice as you pass through the operator's box that all the lights for the buttons are on, which means that the tilt-a-whirl itself is powered. Probably is what that means. It is resting. It is not just activating by itself, thankfully, but it is functional. It is at this time that it would have taken you the sort of amount of time to climb up into it that it took Randall to fall on his ass and then try and catch up. Randall, you make it to the fence. The thing is still chasing you.
Okay.
It's hot on
I'm-
your heels.
all right. I'm kind of following. I'm gonna kind of try to I'm yelling go, run, 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 go, and I'm kind of trying to follow. Do I see the other people yet or no?
No, they were well ahead of you. They're up on the tilt-a-whirl at this point, but you don't instinctively or intrinsically know that.
All right. In that case, I'm gonna try to head to the tilt-a-whirl. I mean, I'm guessing this guy's right at my heels and he's keeping up with me.
Yep.
All right. Then I'm gonna try to go to the tilt-a-whirl, get in there, just anything to put some distance or some space or some obstacles between me and this thing, and that's first and foremost. So I'm gonna go jump the turnstile, try to get inside the tilt-a-whirl thing. Hopefully all those little weird lined waiting in line bars and stuff will slow it down some.
It'll probably
So.
slow you down some too.
Quite honestly, could happen.
Ow, ow.
So what are you talking about, bars?
Aren't there always little the things that people have to get in line? Those weird little square curving line thingies, ticket counter stuff
You've
like
already
that.
passed that because that was
okay.
that was
Gotcha.
outside the fence that sort of prevents people from getting into the machinations underneath the tilt-a-whirl.
Okay.
So you've presumably had to hop the fence or whatever.
Yeah.
You pass the fence and you want to head up the stairs to the top of the tilt-a-whirl.
Yes.
So you have the same thought as the people ahead of you had, without trying. Good for you. The creature approaches the fence, sort of bordering the area underneath the tilt-a-whirl, and it. You hopped the fence or went through the gate. It doesn't really matter. What the creature does is simply walk into the fence, and the fence caves. And allows him to go through.
Okay. Shit.
I don't think
So
we
it just
should mess
shatters
with this
before
thing.
him, and he continues to follow you.
Okay. Fucking hell. Is there something I can climb or something to get away from him or?
Well, you're
Doesn't like
climbing the stairs to the top of the tilt-a-whirl.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'm just
Changing
gonna
that
go.
plan?
No, I'm still going to the top of the tilt-a-whirl. I want to see. I'm gonna see if this
Wait.
thing can actually get through stairs.
All right. So before this happens, I want to look at Flynn. Do we see this happening? We're now at
We
the top.
are at the top of the tilt-a-whirl,
I mean,
which is a large raised platform with sort of gilding around the side. So, I mean, you wouldn't. I mean, if you look to see Randall following you, you can see it. If you didn't look, then you don't see it.
I mean, I imagine we would. We
You
won't
don't
look
actively
elsewhere.
see it.
You mean passively?
You don't passively see it.
There it is.
Yeah, I'm just trying to. I'm hoping against hope with the 8 IQ points this guy has to his name that this thing won't be able to get up the stairs. And if it does, I'm kind of just going to be like out of ideas. So,
So,
I'm just like,
so my first
Yeah.
thought was to pull a Shaggy and Scooby and like just pretend to be something else and get him on the tilt-a-whirl. First of all,
Oh my god.
right this way, sir. Get him on the tilt-a-whirl. Turn that bitch on. Let that thing spin and get out.
Oh.
How do we do this?
it can't hurt. I mean, he's following me up there. We
I
did accidentally create a
Wait.
Scooby Doo trap out of this thing.
Oh my
I'm the bait
god.
right now. I'm the bait
Maybe
right
if
now.
we
He's
take his
following me up
mask
there.
off, he'll just be like the dude who ran the water slide.
Oh, it was old Mr. Jones. This entire time.
kinda
Would have got
doubt it.
away with it too if it
Fucking
wasn't for your
janitor.
kids.
I mean, I
It's
don't know
the
why.
other security guard that Randall replaced. Him and Frank set this whole thing up.
You silly Billies. No, but
I mean,
yeah,
but
I kind of
I-
actually like your idea a lot, Hemlock.
I
Um,
kind of like it, but I can also see it backfiring horribly.
Yeah, that's
which is even better, actually.
dude. I'm drunk. He's stupid. You're the
Yeah.
only one with sense around here.
Yeah, like you're
And even then, you're a
you're-
goddamn
and-
teenager, so this sounds
Yeah.
like a perfect idea to
But,
you.
you mean, I could try attacking it with my awesome axe and flashlight.
I also have a sword. We could like double team.
Yeah. Which I think, hey, worst case scenario that will be our backup plan because I don't know if we can take this thing. But I do like the idea of getting it up on the tilt-a-whirl and just launching just hitting it with like a tilt-a-whirl chair or turning the machine on when it's on there, and just seeing what happens.
What I was thinking of since it was on or whatever, I was thinking, I don't know, activating the tilt-a-whirl somehow and using it to be higher than the fins, but.
I mean, if we can shimmy our way along the chairs and jump, then awesome. I'm down for that too. But
Yeah, that's what I was
but you're asking me to plan something while I'm running screaming from a giant
Yeah.
robot thing, so I can't really
Yes.
offer any options to this.
Well, also, none of you characters are talking yet, so this is
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
just metagaming. Good job, everybody. Minus 10 points.
So yeah,
The-
all right.
Randall, you make it up the top of the stairs. Frank, Flynn, and Gunter all see you make it up to the top of the stairs.
Guys, he's right behind me. We gotta go. It's behind me.
He's
And I
right
keep
behind
Who's,
him.
who's behind you? I look behind him.
You
Yeah.
see the thing I described earlier. It's following him. It's almost made it to the stairs.
Gunter's like,
Don't
man,
fuck
I
it."
am so drunk right now. I'm just seeing the weirdest thing.
I see it.
Mr.
I
Go over there,
sided-
Mr. Camel Man.
I silently go. I fucking knew it. Free.
Hey, some
I
amount
don't-
of time has passed. Has Ricky done anything?
At this point, I'm gonna try to get to like the front of the park, sort of like the entrance part. Am I able?
Old Arabia or the entire thing?
Like on the map here, I'm gonna
Uh-huh.
flag it, like sort of around this area.
Yeah, you can get there. It's about the same distance from you as the tilt-a-whirl.
All right.
It's about.
So can I see on top of the
Think of
tilt-a-whirl?
yourself as at like 3 o'clock. The
Yeah.
tilt-a-whirl is at noon. The gate
Okay.
is at 6 o'clock, and the other side is 9, where nothing is.
Okay, so can I like see on top of the tilt-a-whirl at all? Like even if I look
Not
through
from
the
here.
like, can I see like the
Oh,
tops of
tilt-a-whirl
heads or
is-
whatever?
No, the tilt-a-whirl is higher than you, and there's a building in between you. At this point, you can't see anything going on at the tilt-a-whirl.
So I know everyone's going to the tilt-a-whirl. My intention.
And you saw the thing go after them.
Sure, my intention here is to sort of maybe get to the other entrance to the tilt-a-whirl.
So you want to wrap around and go to meet it at the other side?
Yeah, I want to. I'm basically.
Gotcha.
I don't want to like just leave everyone, but at the same time, I don't want to get into a part where I can get sort of, I don't know, smushed by Camel Man.
Giant robot.
You're totally
Camel
allowed to
person.
wrap around and go the other way to get to the tilt-a-whirl.
Yeah,
That'll
Yeah, I-
take a little bit longer.
that's fine.
Let's revisit the people who are immediately in
Another
danger.
Please
news.
do.
We shall now implement plain Scooby Doo.
Oh, dude.
The large
I've waited
metallic-
my entire life.
For what?
I've waited my entire life to play Scooby Doo.
Well, let's see how well that works out. He reaches the staircase, and when he steps on the stairs, there is the sound of bending metal. However, they hold his girth.
Damn.
Damn it.
All right.
Damn.
And he continues to take each stair, and each stair does bend. And as he moves on, you can see the indent of his footprint on the staircases. I mean, vaguely. He doesn't make a perfect footprint. But the metal does give, and he continues to. He starts making it up the stairs.
All right, I'm gonna hop on the tilt-a-whirl.
Now, when you say hop on the tilt-a-whirl, I will direct your attention to the picture of the tilt-a-whirl.
Okay.
So it is a large flat surface
Yep.
that has many individual, like, what do I want to say?
I don't know. What do you want to say?
Hold on,
Egg-shaped
carriages. Many individual carriages on it
Sure.
that are sort of dome-shaped. They're styled after the tower tops of this cheesy old Arabia stuff. You know, the Aladdin top of the tower that doesn't actually look like any real architecture that's ever existed. So they're styled after that. Then there's an entrance, and then there's a thing inside. They spin around their own axis.
Yeah. No.
While the actual entire dish
Yep.
spins as well.
Yep.
So that's how the entire thing works.
Yeah.
Now, when you say you get on the tilt-a-whirl, where are you going? There are 12 carriages,
12 carriages.
and they correspond, for the sake of identifying them individually, with the hours on a clock. So you can say you're going to 12
Which
or
one is
or 2.
closest to the
The entrance would be at 6,
6?
and then the furthest one would be at 12.
I'm gonna get on like right at 5.
So you're getting on at 5.
So
you're,
right next to the entrance, and I'm gonna make sure it's turned away, so it's like you just see the back of it from where the.
You can't physically turn it.
Ooh,
It is
yeah.
a giant metal carriage thing. So it is pointing whichever way it is already pointing,
Which way?
which happens to be outward towards the park, but not therefore towards 6, which is where the entrance is. So
Oh,
it's
that.
slightly,
Okay.
but it's only slightly turned away. Anyway, you're actually getting in this carriage.
Yeah.
Okay, that is where Gunter is. Flynn, what are you doing?
Whoa. Just a quick question so I can get this clarified. Where exactly would the controls be?
The controls would be where the entrance is at 6, only obviously slightly further back, because, I mean... So basically what it is the stairs go up, and then there's a landing once you get high enough, and that landing goes onto the platform, and in between the stairs and the actual ride, there is yet another thing that on the landing, the same level of the landing, is like a little kiosk where the pilot can be that comes out back towards where the stairs are. You see what I'm saying? So it sort of looks like a T.
Kinda. Mostly what I just need to know is that, just to be sure, the thing's gonna be where the controls are, basically. After it comes up the stairs, it's gonna be where the controls are.
Right. Anyway.
Yeah, that's what I am going to go to.
I mean, he's gonna be. Have I had a chance to talk to anyone yet? Or no?
No.
Am I still like? Okay, then never mind.
I'm
No
going
one's talked to anyone. Gunter has formulated the Scooby-Doo plan in his head and moved to carriage number 5 without informing anyone of
This
the
is
nature
true.
of the plan.
I have done this. I kind of assume you would all know.
Anyway, Flynn, what do you do now that
8.
you know?
Just like in Scooby Doo.
I'm going to 8.
8. All right. You go and hide in 8. Randall, what do you do?
I'm gonna kind of get on the opposite end of the tilt-a-whirl thing.
12.
Of the guy. Yeah,
One.
12. Definitely
12,
12.
one
As
left,
far
one
as
goes.
humanly possible as I can get, as far as I
12.
can get away from the guy, without actually jumping off of it. Now, how can I jump off this thing without getting hurt, or is it how high up is it?
It's slightly over a story. Speaking of which, beyond it
This
is
is the
sort
long
of
one.
the wall to Old Arabia, and beyond yet that is the actual fence of the entire park. Now, the top with the barbed wire comes to about eye level for the height that you are currently at. However, with the tilt-a-whirl being where it is, and the wall to Old Arabia, and yet the wall further, that's about probably 35, 40 feet from the edge of the tilt-a-whirl.
Ooh.
So,
All right. Okay.
Maybe not that much. I would say I overestimated that by a great deal. It's more like 20 to 25.
Okay. Then in that case, since I've had a couple seconds to kind of like put myself back together, can we start talking about like, hey, what are we gonna do when he gets up here?
Also, where's Frank?
You guys are too far away. Frank is standing in the exact center of the tilt-a-whirl at this point.
I
He
go
has
towards- oh.
he has moved with Randall to the edge, seeing that you can't make the jump, so to speak. And
In that
is
case,
now
like,
moved to the center of the tilt-a-whirl.
All right, like we gotta get this. We gotta do something to this thing. Can someone turn on the tilt-a-whirl? So you think it can understand us?
What?
The robot thing? It's already coming up the stairs. It knows we're up here.
I'm
Yeah.
aware. Give me a second. I have an idea.
All right, someone's gotta turn on the tilt-a-whirl. All right. So in that case, I'm oh fuck! Is there any way I can like get down the chair and kind of like hide in the tilt-a-whirl pod thing?
Yeah, you can pick any of them and hide in them.
And I'm gonna hide in 12 if I can.
All right. You hide in
o'clock.
12.
Yeah.
Frank, on the other hand, is not hiding in 12 at all. The thing, whatever it is, makes it up to the landing.
They're calling him
that is
Camel
flush.
Man, by the way.
Camel
Camel Man.
Camel Man.
Camel Man. And for those of you who haven't put it together yet, it's a camel head stitched on the Dracula mannequin body.
Yep.
So it's technically a camel vampire, or whatever you want to call it.
Vamp camel.
Vampire.
Campire.
He's a vampire.
A Vamel. Yeah. Anyway, he makes it up to the landing. And he has already actually passed the controls, heading on to the tilt-a-whirl. Frank levels his rifle at it. He's just standing out in the open anyway. And he fires off a series of shots.
Okay. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh wow.
He fires presumably what might be all of the ammo in his rifle. And is anybody in a position to watch what happens?
Am I?
I might be peeking.
You've actually made it to the fence on the opposite side of the tilt-a-whirl that from where everyone else entered and where the creature broke in. But you can't see up onto the tilt-a-whirl from where you are.
Okay.
You do, however, hear the gunshots from up there, which may or may not worry you or concern you.
Well, I know that Frank has a rifle, right? So I assume that he's shooting at something and not. Yeah. So, is there any? Okay, so I don't know why I'm here. I was hoping to find something that I could do to help the people on top, but now that I'm underneath it, I don't know if I can. I don't know if there's anything here at all that I can do.
Well, I don't know.
Well, explain to me what it looks like underneath the tilt-a-whirl, I guess.
So underneath the tilt-a-whirl is essentially it's the things that are keeping the tilt-a-whirl up, which is a sort of center column. You can sort of rationalize that probably a great deal of the engine that causes the tilt-a-whirl to function is actually inside this column.
Okay.
It gives the appearance of being that sort of mechanical thing. Down here also is, of course, the struts to the stairs that go up and let people go up there. And you can also see sort of the back row of shops on the back wall of Old Arabia, which at one time or another sold fake jewelry to, kids. And you also see to the back right another sort of stage with a curtain, with a couple of benches in front of it, but not nearly the size or scope of the Confederate Critter Show.
Okay. You said there was emergency exit to the Confederate Critter Show?
What?
What did you say about the Confederate Critter Show?
I said you see another stage with benches in front of it, but nowhere near the size or scope of the Confederate Critter Show.
Okay. Yeah, I thought you said it was.
Listen, god damn it! No, I'm just
Sorry, man. Like all I hear is music and guys stamping around.
Thudding.
So yeah. Okay, so I want to. Do I see the entrance to this thing? Like even like the ramp going up to it from underneath here?
Yeah, you see the stairs going up to it. The stairs themselves are pointed towards the other.
Yeah,
fence,
I'd assume that
but
I'd be
it's-
underneath them or something.
It's no
like that.
different. It's no real distance.
Okay, I'm gonna try get to sort of poke my head up there. Maybe see if I can, I don't know, work out, because it's clearly on top of me, right? I can hear it bouncing around on top of me, right?
Yep. And we also heard the gunshots up there too.
I'm gonna see if I can turn on the machine from down here.
No, well, we'll resolve that later because now too much time has passed for you.
Sure, that's fine.
Uh,
yeah, I'm
yeah.
just
I have a
underneath
plan.
here doing whatever.
Good plan.
These other guys, is any of you, which I asked before and went unanswered, are any of you poking your head out in any meaningful way
Yeah.
where you can see
I
what's
am.
going on?
I mean, I'm trying to keep. I'm not trying to hide. I'm trying just to get low so I can like, hey, come over here.
All right, Randall, you
turn
can
it on.
see. Gunther, what did you say?
I am looking.
You're looking.
Oh.
Flynn, are you looking?
Yeah, a little.
And I'm also looking for a particular moment. As soon as it gets to like the point where I think the Camelbot pyre, as soon as I feel like he's a good enough distance from the entrance, I'm gonna rush behind him and not be heroic and dart out the entrance.
Okay.
I was going to. I think our characters have literally the same idea, rushing for the controls.
Well, I don't know. It almost sounds like Gunter's just gonna not even bother and just leave. Anyway, what you guys see while you're watching, this camel vampire getting shot by Frank. The bullets do not seem to do anything except for an occasional burst of stuffing and shredded fabric.